And so, okay, it's dry and buck naked right now, as they say down where I come from. And so if you're not going to electroplate or paint the parts, you need to apply good, fast, dry, clear brushing lacquer. The brushing lacquers, you know, are the ones that are heavy-bodied, have less volatiles.
Krylon spray, any good?
Krylon spray is an acrylic lacquer. So the only thing is because it's a spray, it has a lot of vehicle to it, so that the layer that you put down is very thin. But if you use a brushing lacquer, your coating is going to be 5 to 10 times thicker. So that's the only drawback to using spray type lacquers, if they put down layers that are measured in a few 10,000ths of an inch, I guess. And if you've cleaned brass, the old timers, when they coated their brass, they actually used tinted lacquers. And you can take and put oak wood dye. If you take a few drops of aniline oak wood dye and drop that into your teaspoon of lacquer that you're using to coat, say if you're restoring a telegraph sounder or something like that, it'll give it that nice, warm, kind of old look.
Yeah, I just want to mention, so I have a book called Printed Workshop Receipts. It gives great detail of how they used to shellac on brass parts of microscopes.
Shellac as opposed to lacquer. Yeah, okay, so.
They actually use shellac.
Yeah.
And you keep, after cleaning the part, you say you clean it, make sure it's perfectly clean by dipping it in nitric acid. Otherwise,
Which everybody has, yes.
otherwise you can't, because of 9/11, you won't make a buy it now. Anyway, so and they say that you should gently heat brass parts before putting shellac. Otherwise, using both of those methods, otherwise most likely to scratch out easily.
Yeah.
And they use various things to, they could suggest one of the things you could use saffron to tint the shellac to give a nice orangey color.
Right. That sounds good. So I'm saying think about investing in a tool that in my case, I've been using this for over 15 years, and I use it probably at least once a month. And so I'll never be without one if I'm attempting to do this sort of thing. So that's that about ultrasonic cleaning. You have any other questions? Yeah, Bob?
About 20, 25 years ago, I came to the EWA, probably in Canada. I heard this nice fellow from the South talking about tuning radio parts, and I wrote to him one of these, a letter, and he sent me copies of an article on ultrasonic cleaning and an article on
Nickel plating?
nickel plating. And
Yeah.
I've been using them slavishly and delightedly ever since. But I'm wondering if it looks to me as though some of your cleaning substances have changed, some of your recommendations.
They could. I have a page, if you go to the index, and then I have articles. And I have an article on ultrasonic cleaning and on nickel plating. So you can find it there, right at that URL, and then mine my site a little bit. Yes, because I used to, in my industry of designing and building electricity meters, is our favorite solvent was 1,1,1-trichloroethane. And
I've got something like that.
I still have 1.5 gallons of it, and I prize it highly.
It was in the days when you recommended the heat kit,
Yeah.
ultrasonic cleaners, I'm still using it. Although you, of course, can't get them anymore.
Right.
You didn't recommend food chemicals and so forth.
Oh, okay. So it's all on my site.
All right.
Yeah.
What are the dishwashing liquid and so forth. That's your experience.
I plead
New
it.
York. You gotta come.
I plead ignorance.
We'll sell you anything you want.
Don't worry, it's Fred. Everybody copies New York, but they know they're nuts.
I plead ignorance, but really, if it's still a dishwashing liquid and you put a few drops of fabric softener to lower the surface tension, you've about got it. If a Castrol makes a product, a purple cleaner, they call it Super Clean. I use that sometimes because it actually will renew. Sometimes I can use it in place of a solvent, volatile solvent. But if you ever have 409 or the Castrol Super Clean or Purple Power or any of those types of cleaners, keep them at least a light year away from any Bakelite surface because they're caustic and they do dissolve phenolic resin. If you've ever seen, you get that filthy old Bakelite case 30s radio, and you take the 409, you zap it on there, and you've got this clean cloth, and you start going around, and it comes up with this yellowish brown covering on that. That's dissolving out the Bakelite, and it'll look. If you leave it on there long enough, it'll look like it's been sandblasted. So if you don't remember anything else about tonight, remember, don't put caustic solutions on the Bakelite. So, any other things here? Bank. Oh.
The new problem with the energy and resonances for liquid parts, like LVC stuff.
You can clean ceramic parts beautifully, and I've never tried to clean, let's say, badly cracked pot metal parts. So I don't know if that doesn't sound like a good idea, does it? But yeah, I've cleaned the ceramic bases on the DeForest DL5s and all that, the isolantite bases. I've cleaned those in ultrasonic cleaner. So and the rheostats, like in a Radiola RC, there's ceramic substrate on some of them. So, okay, yes.
What about this plain old aluminum chassis? Anything you said tonight?
Sodium bisulfate. Wash them down with sodium bisulfate, but be sure to force dry, rinse them and force dry them immediately, or you'll see a sort of a yellowish brown streaking on the aluminum. But you can do a very nice job of cleaning aluminum. Well, I have another little presentation on, it's shorter, on, well, hopefully it's shorter, on nickel plating, so let me call that up.
You had a question about that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was, I had one of these children, and I just used a so like 4 washing foot, industrial type soap,
Yeah.
and water softener. But I put a knob in, and one of the 2 kinds of Bakelite, one that looks like it's made of mud,
Yes.
and there is, real Bakelite. Bakelite cleans it beautifully, but that mud one, I put one in there to drop it, to clean it off. I come back when the pile of mud in the bottom of the bowl and the brass insert.
Yeah.
You never put that mud pipe Bakelite in.
Yes.
One thing that the IMAX people told me was when you're trying to clean ceramic tubes, about the best thing to use was false speed cleaners.
What did you say? I didn't hear.
Yeah, like denture tablet, denture cleaner.
Oh, the denture.
That's good.
I haven't thought of that. It's worth a try. And if IMAC was using it, I guess it has to be complete quackery. I'm sure it's worth trying.
Just a little bit of fat.
Right. Any others before we move on?
So that didn't meter is good for reading anything, like service calls inside. It just reads it like anything. I never use it on places like this.
Oh, okay. All right, let's move on a little bit to saying get shiny again. And nickel plating is easy if you're doing small parts. And the good news is we do small parts. And all you need are 4 things. And those 4 things are a nickel plating solution, or nickel bath. And this is my nickel bath. And I bought or actually I got it from a former part-time employer. I worked at an electroplating job shop for one summer. This came into my possession sometime before 1985. So it's at least 25 years old. You need a pure nickel anode, and from the same electroplater I got in the commercial practice, they use these nuggets of nickel that are pure electrolytic nickel, and that's my anode. And you need a way to heat the solution, and the local flea market yields a pot, for a 4-cup coffee pot, and you need a source of direct current at low voltage and adequate current. Your one-stop shopping for plating supplies for the hobbyist is Caswell Incorporated. They've got a site that has way more information on that than you ever want to read, but it's there. And they have this kit that they're happy to sell you a complete outfit for $199 minus power supply. And what it provides you with is enough plating solution, enough chemicals to make up 1.5 gallons of plating solution. It gives you some immersion quartz heaters to go in there, and it gives you a little recirculating pump. And nickel sheets that are the plating anodes. But that's more than I need. And if you download their catalog and look at right on page 1, what you really need is to see that the item 6 there is N15C, nickel plating crystals with a brightener to make 1.5 gallons, is $60. And then down here is a nickel anode sheet that's 6 by 8 inches, and it's $39.